Alright guys, so here are some NFL picks. Starting off, my Pittsburgh Steelers go to Cleveland, and I say they take the dub 27-21. Mainly because of the injuries for Cleveland. Baker Mayfield out, which I don't know if that's the big difference here, but I think Nick Chubb being down, although they do have Kareem Hunt, I think that does hurt them because I think Chubb's a more dynamic back, and especially if Kareem Hunt is not 100%, which it does not look like he will be. Although Dearness Johnson had a good game, I think the Pittsburgh front seven will be able to get to them. I have them winning 27-21 in a good ball game. All right, guys. Next NFL game we have San Francisco against Chicago. I have San Francisco losing 21-24. Overall, the Bears have a solid defense, although they gave up 38 last week to Tampa Bay. I do overall still think though that they're gonna hold San Fran pretty low at 21. And Justin Fields, with not as an elite pass rush, I think as Tampa has, San Francisco's not as elite as them. I think that Fields will have enough time, and I think Khalil Herbert will be a big story in this game. I have the Bears winning 21-24. Another 1 o'clock slate game, as I already mentioned. So that's my pick. We'll see what yours. All right, so the last 1 o'clock slate game we'll be doing Tennessee versus Indianapolis, and I actually have the Colts winning this game. I think they have a lot of momentum after the week against San Fran, putting up, I believe like around 30 points, around a pretty good San Francisco defense. And although Tennessee's coming off a lot of momentum, it's in Indianapolis. Normally Indy has a pretty good crowd there, but I think Carson Wentz is playing very well of late, and I think Michael Pittman Jr. is really evolving into one of the top receivers in the league. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game because neither of these defenses have been like elite this year. Although Tennessee has done a good job against the Chiefs and Bills in back-to-back games, I still think that Indianapolis might put a crack in their armor here, and I have the Colts winning 31-35 to get back into the playoff race in the AFC. All right, starting off with some 4 o'clock slate games, Tampa Bay, New Orleans. I think Tampa Bay is actually going to just dominate this game. Overall, New Orleans has not had a productive offense this year, and obviously Tampa's got one of the best, if not the best in the league. And I think Tom Brady is going to have a very good game. Tampa Bay has a very good defense. Obviously, as I said before, against a not so good New Orleans offense. So I'm calling it right here, 38-17, Tampa Bay. Our second and final 4 o'clock slate game, just because there really aren't many good to be honest, it's just not a good week for NFL. There's really not too many marquee matchups. But anyways, New England against LA, and I have LA pulling off the win 28-27. I think it's going to be a good game. New England's played solid defense. LA is a solid defense. LA is a good offense. New England's offense has been pretty solid overall, but I think the difference in this game is going to be just the QB play, because although Mac Jones has been playing better, still the Chargers have Justin Herbert, one of the best in the league. He's more experienced than Jones so far, so I think it's going to be the difference of the game. I think he makes a couple more throws that Mac doesn't make, and I think that's what gives LA the dub, 27-20. All right, Sunday Night Football for Week 8 of the NFL season, and it is Dallas versus Minnesota, and I have Minnesota beating Dallas 30-24 here. The main reason is, although they said that Dak is a game-time decision, a lot of reports are saying that it's trending towards not playing. And look, if he does, then even though he does play, I still do think that he's going to be limited. Dallas has to be precautious because the closest team to them are the Giants, and they're 2-5. Meanwhile, Dallas is 5-2, I believe. 5-1 as I checked. So I think that they can be precautious. They have a couple losses, that they can take. they just have to be careful because if they're going to go anywhere in the postseason, it's going to be because of Dak. So because of that, I think they're probably not going to play him. In Minnesota, I think they have a good running game against Dallas. It's still not great defense. They've been better this year, but not great. So I have Minnesota taking the win on Sunday Night Football, 24-30. All right, so the final game of Week 8, Monday Night Football, and I have the Giants beating the Chiefs. My bad. I have the Giants falling to the Chiefs, 27-35. I think that the only reason New York scores 27 is because of the poor KC defense, and the Giants don't have a very good defense, respectively. And of course, Patrick Mahomes is on the other side, so I give the Chiefs a nod in this one, 27-35. So that is it for our Week 8 NFL predictions. Stay tuned for some power rankings and other things, some World Series content. A lot of this coming here to you on Bond Brothers.